Hello and welcome back to another video. This one might be a little bit different. I do believe this is going to be video number 300. So I figured for 300 I should do something a little bit different. And so I'm thinking I normally always listen to the video later and then put a title on it afterwards. After I hear some stuff I say or something. And but this time something tells me that maybe I should talk about a better life. So, and because I'm doing a subject, I might end up doing some editing, because in recording this, I don't know, this will be my first time trying to stay on subject. We'll see how it works. If you've watched any of my other videos, you can tell I can't always stay on subject. I kind of wander. So that's my plan, is the title to be A Better Life. Maybe that'll change, I don't know, but that's what I'm going with at the moment. Since it'll be video number 300. And because it's video number 300, I might release it as soon as I'm done editing it ahead of time, but before, like, number 299 isn't scheduled until like April, I want to say April 7th or January, February, April 17th or something like that. I don't know. But I'm getting ahead of the game, which is a good thing that I'm getting ahead of the game, because if a job or something pops up pretty soon here, I'll have less time for doing videos and editing, and I don't want to let this channel slack. So if I get ahead of the game, maybe that'll give me some time to kind of figure out a new rhythm and how often I can put out videos and all that kind of stuff. Because I do feel like a change is coming and that things are going to get better. I wish it was this channel. I wish that I was already big enough to where, with AdSense or whatever, that I could be monetized and make money, make enough to live on doing this good channel here. But I'm not at that stage yet. So, and eventually I hope it'll make enough to where not only can I survive on its income, but I can use that income to help other people. You know, because I'm going to help other people no matter what. You know, we're going to go get my subject. A better life. So I might have to edit some of this and cut stuff out and jump around. It'll be one of the first edited videos for this channel where it's really cut up more, if I do it that way. Nothing set in stone yet. I'm just kind of winging everything in my life. And as for a better life, I think everybody always wishes for a better life. That's why I thought about it. And even though I could look at my life and be pretty dang happy with my whole life, even though I've had a lot of hard times. And right now is one of those really hard times. Actually, it's a different kind of hard, but it's harder than it's ever been. There's different factors that play into that. You know, before my hard times, I was younger and had a lot more energy and vitality and stuff in me. Now I'm older, you know, and my knees are starting to hurt sometimes, and my hips, and, you know, so age is kind of getting there a little bit with me. I ain't the Superman I used to be. I'm still a Superman, though. I ain't letting that, don't take that away from me. Even if I end up in a wheelchair, I'm still going to try to be a Superman. So, you know, and we all always, I think most all of us, everybody, always wants a better life. So, as for me, because I'm a pretty positive person, I try to look at things quite positively. Even the negative stuff that I have happened in my life, I try to joke about it and make light of it. Even though it's serious and I know I got to deal with it. But I try not to let it soak into me and affect me as much. And if I can turn that into making a joke about it or something, it doesn't lessen the struggle I'm going through, but it helps my soul not take it so hard, you know. Because this is just a vessel I'm using. You know, I have a heart in this physical vessel, and I have a brain, but my mind all of us, you know. And your heart that pumps your blood is different than your heart that you feel with, you know. They might kind of be tied in together, but your heart and mind are part of your soul, kind of, is how I look at it, maybe. I hope this is coming across well. But then there's the physical heart and the physical brain, you know. I guess your heart would be kind of like your soul, you know. I don't know how to exactly different the two, but I'm guessing that you'll understand kind of what I'm talking about. So, and I know that when this whole vessel here that I'm using, this machine, when it expires and it's done, however that day comes, I know that my mind and soul will continue on, you know. And I do believe I'll go to heaven, you know. The only reason I say I do believe, because I would say 99% I believe, but I'll never say 100% because that's God's choice, you know. But I do believe I'll go in there. I've been a good man all my life. I've made mistakes, you know. I'm a human being. I've sinned, and I know that Jesus Christ lived and died for me, you know, and I've accepted Him into my heart as my Savior and stuff. So I've done all that. So in theory, I should be going to heaven. So, but God's the decider, you know. I won't know that until that day comes, but I do believe so. I do believe I am. Back to better life. Well, even when we're having tough times, I don't know how this better life is going to be bouncing in and out of subjects. And it might end up being a pretty long video. And there might be some edits or cuts in there, because it might go from, now that it's gloomy in the daytime, kind of, it might continue on into the night, you know, I don't know. We'll see. So it might change from different, how long I talk about it and what all I got to say about it. But I think we all strive for a better life, especially after once we get into the work world, you know, when we go from being the teenagers, we go from kids looking at our parents as heroes who want us to have a better life. They want to make a better life for us. They want to have a better life too, and they want a better life for you. And then we get into that teenage stage, you know, our parents may still be our heroes, but then we get to thinking that we think we got it figured out, and we're gonna do this stuff on our own. I don't need you no more. I know what I'm doing. I got this. I know the answers. I know I went through that a bit myself, anyway, quite a bit. And if you're at that stage, if you're younger, let me tell you something. Everything your parents tell you about, you'll see it different when you get older. You will. You know, and even the younger one, my parents told me that. I kind of knew I would, but I still didn't understand what they meant until I got there. Once you get there, you'll have multiple get there points where you'll be able to look back and be like, I get it now. So, but even at the teen stage, whatever, there's different stages. I don't know if you should call it a teen stage or what. There's lots of stages. And then even then you want a better life, but then you get these dreams. Like when I was in my teens, I used to think about all the cool stuff, mansions, and I want to have a big old house with lots of rooms so I could have different theme rooms and a swimming pool, and you know, I wanted all kinds of cool stuff, and cool cars, cool trucks, and cool RVs, you know, I just wanted everything. Boy, has that changed. Now, I still own a house, and I've talked about in other videos, I've set in this little house in the area that's a 400 square foot house with a pretty cool garage and a little bit of land. Right now it's a little over an acre. It used to be 3 acres, but they split it off, so now it's like about an acre and a half. But still, I'd like to have it. It's a cute little house, and I don't need nothing big, and less room to heat, so a smaller heating bill, less room to cool if I need to cool it in the summer, or less electric bill. Easier for me to set solar up on it to power it. You know, it's smaller. You know, I'd need a smaller solar system to do it for solar power. So anyway, off subject again. But so now my better life, since I've been going through this trial that I'm going through now, and using this as another one of my testimonies in life, live as it's happening, because I'm going through struggle and I know it's going to get better. I know God's got better things for me in the future. That's how this channel was formed, for any of Castle. That's how I came up with my church is your church. What's mine is yours. You know, you're welcome. And if I'm here, you're welcome here. Whoever that may be. You know, what's mine is yours. And kind of something I pretty much lived with most of my life. Got a few things that I kind of kept private to me, you know, and I think that's natural to do. You know, you select some things that are yours, you know, but it hasn't been like grabbing it, pulling it all in. This is mine, that's mine, that's mine, this is mine, that's mine. I got some things that I like keeping for me, for my world. You know, a lot of it ends up being sentimental little trinkets or something, you know. Like I got, the karate master gave me this little keychain pocket knife thing. It's got one little blade on it. It's got the little can opener thing, and it can also be used as a Phillips screwdriver, and another thing it can be used as a regular screwdriver. Just 3 little blades on it. One's a regular blade, and then the 2 little blades. Real little thing. I still got it. He gave that to me, and I'll keep that for as long as I can. And who knows, maybe I'll see somebody that I get to know more or share stories with that I might end up giving it to them, you know, if I feel it at the time, you know. And that's all part of a better life as you're moving through it, you know. And as I'm going for my better life, everybody I interact with, if I can help make them have a better life, and by being a good influence in their life, or whether it's somebody that's feeling down and I can give them good advice by showing what I've been through and sharing it with them, and maybe that helps them feel at ease or gives them an answer or ideas of positivity for hope or whatever it is, and that helps them give them a better life. Well, then I'm going for my better life and helping them get a better life, which is part of what I want in my better life. How's that for saying better life a lot and incorporating that in here? I should get into advertising. So that's going to be different for everybody. You know, what my better life is might not be the same for somebody else. Somebody else, they might really like fishing or water skiing or something, and they might want a speedboat. Then they're going to have a better life. You know, because then I can have some fun with family or friends and do some water skiing, some fishing. You know, they might like that. That'd be a better life. I'd kind of like that myself. I don't need a speedboat, but I think I'd be happy with a pontoon. Get older, you don't care for that quick stuff as much. Pontoon would be nice to just kind of drift around on, maybe putt along the shore. Or drive into the wind and kill it and float back, you know. I'm sure some people will relate with some of that. Like, ooh, that's what I'd do. Ooh, yeah, I'll putt around the lake. Somebody else might be like, ooh, I like that drifting with the wind kind of idea. You know. Then with the drifting with the wind, you head straight into the wind to the other side of the lake. Kill the motor, then you can even fish along the way. Cast and reel, or just take a bobber, throw it out there, and lay there and soak up some sun or something. So that might be what somebody else wants, you know. And somebody might want a nice truck for work to haul stuff, work stuff with. Maybe they want a truck just because it's a truck they like and they could use it for something if they need to. Or they might want their truck to pull a camper to go camping. You know. Somebody might want a sports car because it's fancy, looks cool. You know? All kinds of things. Vacations, you know. Everybody's going to have their different things that they like for their better life, things they want to do. I don't feel like my karate masters would be doing, no. You know, and I feel it. So, my extended family through my karate master, if they're watching this video, maybe you'll see that in me. Maybe you'll see your dad or your grandpa, because I feel them right now. I feel them helping me talk or something. Maybe it's the Holy Spirit, but I feel like some of it's my karate master coming through or something. I don't know how it all works. I know God's real, I know that much. Tell my karate master that too. Me and him had some smiles and laughs about that stuff. In good days. Fill up wipers. So, I'll shut this off for a minute so I can burn an extra fuel that I don't have. What am I doing here? I don't need to be here. I'm talking so much, I came to the wrong place. That tells you where my mind's at. Guess what? We're starting up and going again. Well, I'm going to have to leave this clip in there. I was going to stop at the BP station. And this is not BP, this is Quick Trip. So, out of instinct, even though I got my navigation programmed, and I've talked about that before too, because I know where I'm going, so I really don't need navigation. I'm not lost. But it's kind of nice to remind me of a turn every now and then. In case I'm busy talking or thinking about something else, it'll start speaking and saying, hey, you got a turn coming up. Well, this time I turned ahead of time out of instinct because I've come to this gas station before. I'm glad that I realized where I was going before I got out and started doing stuff. Oh, I'm getting some flashbacks of my karate master now, times of hanging them out with me. I'm doing the same kind of stuff because we're busy talking about stuff. His presence must be kind of strong today because all of a sudden I found myself talking about him and his better life. So, back to my better life. That's definitely going to be the title of this because I'm making sure I stick it in there so I can try to stay on subject. So I hope that it doesn't become annoying of me saying a better life. But of course that's what I want. You know, right now I've been struggling a lot living in this camper. I've been enjoying it. Without an income, it's been really, really tough. To think that I've made it. Okay, we got June. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So now we are into 10 months. Is that what it is? Holy crap, let me try it again. I can't count there, right? Okay, so we got June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, we're going into 10 months me being out of work. Now after I left work, I still had some money left. Not a lot of it. Because I put thousands of dollars into this camper thinking, well, just in case, because I thought I'd be working a lot quicker. Just in case I don't find work, I better fix stuff on this camper that eliminates another problem that could go wrong. Because I didn't want to have a miserable life, going for a better life. So, oh man, I gotta turn this heat down, man. Mackerel. Well, actually, I should keep that up high and turn the fan down. Oh no, if I turn the fan down too much, then I'll get a copyright strike for the music. So I better turn the temperature down. Sorry, I'm getting off track there. I gotta get back towards better life. So the struggle in this camper, I put parts into it, and I've talked about this in other videos, so any of my regular people are going to be like, here he goes talking about it again, you know. Sorry. I got to get new people caught up too. Anyway, oh, and then that word snuck in. So you new people? I was saying anyway a lot, so I've been trying to reduce that in my vocabulary, you know, and not use it so much in the transition, you know. So, we'll try to stick to that one for now. It's been tough. I put a lot of money into this camper, and I was down to. I remember when I knew I had to get shocks in this, and I thought, man, that's going to be expensive. I had a couple grand left. Shocks. I had to do shocks and rear brakes, and I'd already had the rear axle repacked of new differential fluid. I'd had new brake pads put in, but now I needed wheel cylinders because I was getting a little brake leak. So I had to put in new wheel cylinders in the back and shocks and stuff. So that cost me over $1,200. And that left me with about $600. And that was in July. And so by the end of July into August, I was down to like $50. Somewhere in July, August. You know, I'm not a bookkeeper person. I'll swing it even when I'm working. I just kind of figure, well, I got my checks coming. It'll be about this much. We'll figure it out when I get it, you know. Some people, like my mom was like penny. She knew every single penny and counted for, paying bills on time ahead of time. Me, I paid my bills good and everything, but I did pretty good juggling it and guesstimating it all. But then I had to really be tight in between checks sometimes, you know. And there's a couple times I had to juggle bills. Probably more than a couple when I look at my whole life. A lot of them where I did juggle, and sometimes I just had to not pay them, you know. And that's how I've been in this situation now. Being out of work so long, I have bills bad adding up that I can't pay, and in the past it would have really stressed on me. But it's different this time. I don't know how to explain it. I still have my tough days. Mornings are the toughest. I don't know, but it's gonna get better. I know it. God's got a reason for it all. My mom used to tell me, no matter how bad it gets, don't you ever forget that it will always, always, always get better. And she was right. She's always been right. And sometimes I had some really rough times that even got worse. But then it did get better. And I think my mom knew that. She knew, even though we talked about her dying and stuff a lot as she got older and stuff. We talked about it a lot so that way it would be less likely that I'd have anything left unsaid, you know. And if I would have died first, which is unlikely, you know, according to statistics, then she would have had a lot of stuff left unsaid. Nothing less stuff left unsaid to me. But, you know, by the way that nature normally does, or whatever, she passed first. But because of us having all those conversations, there was so much we talked about that I didn't really have nothing left unsaid with my mother. Doesn't mean I didn't want her around longer, you know. I wish she would have still been there and been able to share more with her. But my mom knew that, you know, it'd be hard for me, so she left little notes that hid stuff in different places, knowing that I would find them. And some I think she did when she first got sick, just in case. Because she cut these little, because I used to make collages and stuff, and I'd take big picture frames and stuff and take whatever pictures in them out, and I'd cut out little articles or pictures, and I'd make a collage and stuff, and I'd give them to people. It was creative and fun to do. So she did kind of the same thing, only she didn't make a collage. She just cut out these little things. And
your destination is on the left.
Picking up the guy in there. So then I found this thing in this little jewelry box thing that she'd keep her costume jewelry, rings in that she wore on a regular basis. And I found this little notes in there that I can't remember. I got it saved somewhere. Of course, it might have been in the storage unit. I might have lost it. I think it was. That's a bummer. I didn't realize it until just now. I think it was in the storage unit, but I can't remember what the other. There was a picture or something. But one of the things out that she cut out is just what I was just telling you. That said something about always remember, it will always, always, always get better. She found that in a magazine or something somewhere, even though she'd been telling me that throughout my life, and cut it out and put it there. And I know she put it there for me to find it, you know. So, of course, you know, shortly after my mom's death, within that first couple months or something like that, I found it. And, of course, when I found it, you know, because I knew that's why she left it there. So we're getting off track of this better life stuff, but we all go through ups and downs, and it does always get better. And we just got to hang on to that, knowing it'll get better, and keep our faith in the Lord. And I will continue that in a little bit. I got to get out and take care of some stuff. We'll see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching, and don't go away. And if you did, come on back. All right, I'm back. So, what happened just now is I had a second $50 BP gas card that got sent to me. week ago or whatever, I put in $20. And instead of using the whole 50, I just put in 20. Thought, nope, I better save 30 so I make sure I've got something for gas in case something comes up instead of putting it all in and then maybe I burn it up easier. Because I might look at the age and be like, oh, I got time to run more. Well, so I had $30 left. Well, I guess it'll probably go down more again. But, you know, with stuff we got going on in the world today, it went up, shot up. Because right now we got the Iraq thing going on. So gas is up a bit. Over $3 a gallon, $3.36 is what I think I just paid. Oh, that ain't happening with the receipt. Anyway, I think I paid like $3.36 a gallon or something like that. Instead of $2.36. Like it was about a week or so ago. So right now it's went up about $1. From where I got it, because I got it at a cheap place before, and I got it at more. Or no, it was here. So, but it was still cheaper down there. I just got it up here last time. So I put the last $30 in. I was down to empty, close to the red mark there. So I had less than an eighth of a tank. And now that I put that $30 in, it got me a little over 8 gallons, and that got me a little over a quarter tank. Which I thought for sure I was gonna, in my mind, I thought I'd get up to a half tank and maybe a little over half tank. Not the case. So that means that I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I got heading towards free play at the casino. I'm going a day early because if I go tomorrow, I get $30 for my mailer play that's free, and then $25 for Old People Day, Senior Day, because I'm over 55. And then gosh, I gotta. Stuff is pulling on me. So, anyway, the reason I'm going a day ahead of time is because on Tuesdays, I don't normally go because I'm going to stay overnight somewhere over there, whether I park at the Quick Trip over there and stay overnight afterwards or whatnot, but as long as I get there within the next hour and 10 minutes, which I will, I should anyway. I shouldn't say I will because anything could happen. Hopefully I don't. Hopefully I get a safe journey there. I'll get at least $10 free to play with swiping my card, and that could be anywhere from 10 to, I don't know if it's $500 or whatever that you can get, but it's normally I was 10. I've gotten 20 or 30 a couple of times of their free play. So I figure if I go up there now, since I got a home with me, I can swipe and I'll get at least $10 more to play with, and that's $10 more to try to earn with. Now, so tonight, if I play with $10, because I'm very disciplined and I'll play their little pennies, penny at a time, 2 pennies at a time, whatever, depending on the machine I'm playing and how the math's working or whatever, you know. I should be able to make at least $3 with that $10, but $3 and up if I only get $10. Then tomorrow, with the 30 and the 25, which is 55, I should be able to make at least, the lowest I've made off of that now is 33 or 37 bucks. That's my lowest, which was last week. I can't remember if it was 33 or 37. I can't remember. Like I said, I kind of wing stuff. I'm not a bookkeeper. I don't keep exact numbers and stuff like that, even though I'm really good at math. I relax more in life, you know. And I do have a little bit of ADD or analytical, my mom would say, or something. So, but better life is what I'm striving for, and it's going to happen. You know, the Lord's got it for me. I think this time I know I was guided to where I've been. I didn't know I was going to go through this challenge of learning to survive for 10 months through the winter in Minnesota. For summer, it would have been a lot easier and a lot cheaper for me to do because little rumble strip there. Oh, I'm gonna turn my radio back up. So. In the summer it would have been easier because I wouldn't have to somehow figure out how I'm going to keep money in both the gas tank and the diesel tank because they got to stay warm, they can't freeze to death. So that made it more of a challenge, whereas in the summer I wouldn't need to get diesel. As for the heat, I've got a bunch of different rechargeable, like USB rechargeable fans and stuff. And I got a max air fan in the roof to suck heat out and stuff. And, you know, and I got a solar power, produce my own power that way, so I could have stayed fairly cool that way. Really, really hot days, they can be miserable, but you can survive through them. So it would have been a lot easier in the summer. I would have had a lot less cost, but I think it was all part of the challenging path I was set on. I believe it was all meant to be. Now, every time I've doubted that, I know this is getting off track of a better life, but it's all part of it. I guess it's part of this testimony. I guess I shouldn't go off track too far. I keep getting confirmations though that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and that's been I've shown that in my other videos of different stuff that's happened to me that wouldn't have happened to me had I not been where I'm at. You know, if I'd have been working, those things wouldn't have happened to me. These people that I met or helped or whatever. So I know it's all meant to be. And now the better life I'm looking for right now, it could change. It depends on where God's going to send me. But what I feel is things are going to get better. So I don't know how the income's going to come in. I don't know if it's going to be through this channel enough, or if God's going to let me go back to work and work a bit and make some money that way, or maybe it'll be a little both. I don't know how it's going to go. God will guide me though. He'll let me know. We're kind of going against him because I keep feeling him telling me he don't want me to work, that he will provide, and he has been doing that, and I thank the Lord for providing for me. It's been amazing. But I keep trying to go against him because I'm scared, and I didn't want to freeze to death, and I keep applying for jobs and going to interviews and stuff when I get them, even though I feel and believe I'm going against God, so I get scared whenever I do it because I feel like I'm going against God, and I ask him to forgive me each time, but I'm scared and I gotta try to figure out how to make some money and live. Well, I haven't got a job. As much as I've applied to a bazillion places, not a bazillion, in my applied section on Indeed, it's over 300. I've had, out of all those applications, I've had, I don't know, maybe 5 interviews now that all went well, very, very well. And I've got the skills for every job I've applied for. I got more than enough skills. And my work history shows a good work ethic, so why I'm not being hired, I don't know. Could be God, I don't know. I don't know if God would do that, or if that's part of the plan or what, but what I kind of keep steering towards. Even though I keep trying, and I've been arguing with him about it, especially in the mornings. And I keep telling him, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to do it. And I try, but I don't get one. And I don't know, so we'll see. But it's going to get better. I don't know. There's a reason that for myself that I'm going through what I'm going through. And I can't wait until things are better towards this better life. I want to come up with the title for Better Life. I don't know, didn't have a clue what I was going to talk about. So that's why this video is going the way it is, because I'm winging it. But normally I just talk about whatever comes to me. This time I thought, better life. I don't know why. That's what this is all about. So I keep praying to God for that better life. especially since I'm older. When I was younger, the better life I was prayed for, I knew I had lots of time for that to happen. And I still might have lots of time for that to happen, but because I'm 57 now, I kind of feel like I'm running out of time. You know, with different aches and pains I get and stuff. But that doesn't mean God can't renew me or give me strength, or the pains I might feel in my knees from time to time. It doesn't mean He can't make that go away. He can. So, I'm trying to keep my faith in everything, even though I'm challenged at times. My faith in God's existence will never change. I know that 100%. I've never doubt that. My faith in timing is different. My faith, I want stuff to happen now. God's got a reason why it ain't happening until later. But I know that better life's coming. And this video is another testimony of that better life that's ahead of me. I still don't have a job. I got a little over a quarter tank of gas. Going to play free play at the casino, which is nice psychologically. I've been trapped in one spot in the parking lot for the last 4 days, I don't know. And I was afraid to move anywhere because I didn't have no gas. Every time I turn the key, it burns it. And well, luckily we've had warmer temperatures, so I haven't been burning as much diesel. Been burning less, so I haven't had to go fill up diesel. And I was trying to save money to pay my internet bill because that helps keep my sanity. You know, and I know that's kind of a cop-out BS excuse because I don't need the internet to keep my sanity. I know that, but you know, it's habit with today's society. We're all, not everybody, but a good majority of people are scrolling away on their phones and turn that back up. A lot of them are scrolling away on their phones and certain stuff. It's kind of the way of life right now for the majority of the public. And for me, what it does is, as I'm going through these challenges and keeping my faith and looking forward to the better life. And the thing is, I'm living the better life right now. There we go. We're going to change subjects again. I'll tell you how I'm living the better life right now. Little backtracking to my video number 299. That'll probably come out after this one because I think I'm going to post this one, you know, almost a month ahead of time, just because it's number 300. That's what I feel like I'm supposed to do. I don't think I'll wait for it to come out in sequence. But this is the 300th video I've filmed and done editing on. But all of them are scheduled out in kind of in sequence. You know, nighttime, daytime kind of stagger a bit because when it gets darker out, I make that a nighttime video that I release at night. And then the ones that are daylight I release in the daytime. And I end up with more daytime ones, so the nighttime ones fall behind, so the dates get off. They all happen. Night and day happened in sequence, but I don't know, something told me not to release a nighttime video in the daytime. I don't know, just my weird way of thinking. Here I go getting off subject again about a better life. So, kind of how I've already have a better life, even though I'm struggling. When my mom was still alive, and I was working maintenance in Lindstrom for a little over 11 years. During that period, I started watching YouTube videos, getting ready to start a YouTube channel, which I did. Started it back before COVID came. Started about maybe a year before COVID or something like that. I don't know. So, but in the process of watching all these van life, RV life videos, researching, trying to prepare myself because I've camped as a kid, pitched tents and went campers. So it's been a big part of my life through my family and stuff that we've done. Just turn on my headlights. I have my running lights on. Weather's getting kind of snowy, drizzly. Luckily, it's above freezing right now. Looks like it's 34, pretty small print. So that means it's not freezing temperature yet. That's good. But if it's sleeting, like, that doesn't mean the roads ain't slippery. So, as I was getting ready to prepare for this, I started buying little stuff when I could afford it online. I got this, the way subjects are going to fly. They're going to bounce around. We're going through the pinball of Darren's mind. Ding, 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 ding. Hope we don't tilt this bad boy. Pinball reference for us older folks. You young kids might not even know what a pinball machine is. So, I'll tell you about that in another video, you little youngsters. So, like, I got this little rechargeable light that it looks like the shape of a light bulb, kind of, when you hang it upside down, like it was a ceiling light bulb. And it's got one button for the light, LED light. You get 3 settings: light on, brighter, and brightest. It's pretty bright. It's rechargeable. The middle part, it's got like cage around it with a bug zapper in it. It's got a purple light and the little metal coils for a bug zapper. And I'd seen it from Van Life channel, and he recommended it, said it actually worked pretty good. So I ordered it, and I got it for like 25 bucks. I think they're 35 now or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they went up or down. I don't know. But so I ordered that, and then I started ordering more stuff that I was learning from different channels that were living this lifestyle. That's how I got my solar panels. You know, I've got watching, and my battery bank, my inverter. And because I knew I wanted to film and do YouTube, that's how it started before I got the other stuff. I got the camera first, I got a GoPro. And then after I got the GoPro, I found out my computer was no good anymore because of technology. It wasn't fast enough, big enough processor to even edit videos. So then I had to save up. I had to figure out, okay, I got to get a better computer, which is, I still have that computer. And luckily I got 32 gigs of RAM instead of 4 gigs of RAM, which was the minimum requirement. I jumped up as big as I could get at the time. I wish I had more now. Now I wish I had 64 or 128 gigs of RAM or something. Or terabyte of RAM. But doable with the 32. My laptop, which is nice, is already getting outdated, but it's still working. It's got Windows 10, doesn't have support for it no more because they ended support for that, but I'm still working. But I got that. Got the cameras, got some editing software, cheap for $100 and some dollars or something. Started learning how to edit videos and stuff. And all this was gearing towards Camper Life, Van Life. Then I was going to start trying a bit because I was taking care of my parents and stuff as they got older. Dad passed, then it was just me and Mom. And as I was doing this, when I started building the new channel, I was telling my mom that, you know, well, I know I'm going to get older, you know, seeing it happen with Grandpa and you and Dad and stuff. All the stuff I can do now, you know, my body's already, at that time I was gaining weight. I was like over 400 pounds and stuff. So when I said my body can't do that stuff anymore, I was surprised. And I ended up, after all that, I still worked at a foundry for 2.5 years. I lost over 100 pounds. And it showed that even though I was getting older and out of shape, I still went slung liquid metal at a foundry for 2.5 years. You know, so you can do more than you realize. You know, sometimes it's scary. Sometimes you just need to take that step towards a better life and say, I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to at least try. I don't know if I can. You might be scared. I don't know if I can do it, but you got to go for that opportunity and try. You know, I was amazed that I did it for 2.5 years. I could still be there, but it was getting harder on my body. And I could tell the chemicals from all the bubbling aluminum and stuff, I could tell it was my health. I was getting numbness in my fingers, my toes and stuff that I never had before. So I knew I had to get out of there. God was telling me to get out of there. But I kept staying. God, I gotta save more money. I gotta make a nest egg. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna find work? Well, God kept telling me to go and I kept putting it off. Well, I ended up getting fired from there, leaving from there, whatever, because I was in the transition and the management changed. It was getting ugly. So not only was I already told to leave there from God, all the happiness and fun I was having there with other employees now changed. And we got a manager in there all barking, grinding, changing things, and just making things uncomfortable. So that made me kind of want to quit, you know. And so now it was becoming a fight at work instead of being happy going every day, you know. And which was just, I believe it was just God. God made it all happen. I wasn't leaving like I was supposed to. So God said, oh yeah, you ain't gonna leave, huh? Well, we're gonna make this difficult for you. It's gonna get more and more. And all that money you thought you want to save for a nest egg, I'll make you spend it. Now, I don't know if God did that, you know. I'm just kind of tossing in my own little analogy here. learning everything I'm supposed to, but I'm trying. I am learning stuff without a doubt. And I've been learning stuff all my life, but now I'm learning some new stuff. Wow, $3.09. They're cheaper here. I can't believe that. 30 cents cheaper. Dang. So, oh yeah. So my mom, getting off track again. Boy, it's gonna be a long video. This one might end up being over an hour. We'll see. I don't know how many people will watch it, but I got a feeling this is gonna be a long one. I've been trying to shorten them down to about 10 minutes video or less, or 15 or less, because I know everybody don't have the time. This is gonna be a long one, I can tell. It'll be a long one, and then I'll have to, maybe I'll do it as a solid long one and release it, and then maybe I'll break it down after that. Maybe I'll re-edit it and break it into maybe 10-minute segments or something to make it 10 parts or however it works out. But I'm getting off track again. Better Life. My mom and starting a new YouTube channel. Well, Mom knows her children. I really got into it, and I'm a creative person and stuff, so I started and I was learning and creating at the same time. Each time I learned how to do something new, editing, you know, like when I first learned how to put text into a video, I was like, ooh, this is cool. I can put writing in on a video, you know. That's really neat, you know. So that's just typing text. I just now had a revelation in my mind. I think I got an idea how I can put in my own handwriting into a video. I never even thought about that until just now, but I don't want to get sidetracked. So as I'm doing the channel, and I start building it up pretty dang fast. I had a good head on my shoulders. I had ideas on how to market my channel and everything. And I was going to meet with two of my buddies. We would try to get together. Well, we used to try to get together at least once a year. Now it seems like once every couple of years or so. Like, you know, everybody gets busy in their life. We used to do pretty good at once a year, or once every other year or something. But I was going to see him, and it was right when COVID first started getting spread more. We heard about it overseas, but it hadn't quite moved here yet. And when I was working maintenance before I lost that job, I had like, I don't know if I had like 6 subscribers or something. I moved to 14 somewhere in there, you know. And my first year, because I really wasn't paying much attention to it. I was still trying to learn everything. Well, then once I lost that job, I was bummed out. My mom said it'd be a blessing in disguise, and I would know what that blessing was later. Just like right now, my life, there's a better life, but right now I don't feel it because I'm going through a lot of struggles and challenges, even though I have a lot of blessings and things to be thankful for. I can tell you about those too. Okay, I don't want to get off subject here. My mom said losing that job was a blessing in disguise. It was, because my mom ended up dying from COVID, and that losing that job before COVID gave me tons of time with my mom that I got to spend working on the yard, working on the house, building parking pads and stuff. I spent so much time with my mom every day, making her laugh and telling jokes and just beautiful, wonderful memories. And I was sad about losing that job, and my mom told me it was a blessing in disguise, and that I would know later what that blessing was. She goes, I know you're sad now, but later on you will understand it and look back and see why God did it the way He did. You know, she was right. It was her. God gave me that. You get emotional. He gave me all that extra time with my mom. Thank you, Lord. You know, I was sad about losing a job. And it wasn't so much the job. I knew everybody in the building. It was like getting cut away from my family. That's why I was so sad. I could get another job, but I was close to all those people. I'd worked there for 11 years and knew every family. But thank you, Lord, for cutting me away from that job, because I got to spend all that time with my mom before she got sick and died. So that was the blessing. Now back to my mom talking to me before that ever happened about a better life, and that I'm living that now, even though I'm going through a struggle. Is I'd gotten the laptop, the camera, I started building this channel. My buddies who I'm going to meet with, I don't want want to be a failure. I don't want to be like, well, I've been working, because I kind of him-hawed, let him know I was starting a YouTube channel. You know, I wanted to get into it a little bit. But now that I already opened up the can of worms about it, well, I don't want to go there and say, well, I got 12 subscribers, you know. Ain't about making money or nothing, but I want to know that I'm creating stuff that has some type of value that people want to watch, you know. And I know part of that, it wasn't that I wasn't being creative. I know there's people out there that will really like the stuff I create, but I gotta find them, and they ain't gonna be just jumping to my channel unless I can find a way to get people to look at my channel. So if I can get 1,000 people to look at my channel, I might get 10 people or something, you know, or if I get 100 or 500 people, I might get 10 people or something, you know. So I gotta get me noticed from somebody somewhere to get them to even take a peek at me, check me out, you know. So I started having different ideas on marketing and how to interact with other YouTubers and stuff, and different ad sites or whatever I can figure out a way to get my new channel, new creator, its name out there, so somebody might be like, huh, let me check that channel out, you know. And I would look at other channels that first I researched, since I came up with a new creator in the process of looking towards the future, towards a better life. Did you see that one coming? You might have knew. You might have seen it coming. Because I want to try doing that on and off. Now that we know that's the title. Every now and then I'm going to try to squeeze that in there. And maybe you'll even maybe you were already aware of it on that one. Maybe you said it with me. So, which is kind of cool if you are. If I do this throughout the video, and you're aware of when I'm getting ready to say it, well then we're interacting, even though we haven't met each other yet, and even though it might be the first time you've seen this video or this channel. Now we're learning to interact with each other. That's kind of cool. Kind of like thinking about that. So, well, I might get sidetracked on it, but I'm trying to stay on subject here with, even though it's about a better life, I'm trying to stay each subcategory, I'm trying to keep up with without wandering too far. So I don't want my buddies to think that I want to do better than 12 subscribers or whatever by the time I see my buddies. So I had a couple weeks before I was going to be meeting with my buddies at the Mall of America at the Radisson there, and that's where we're going to meet, get a room, hang out for a couple days, say our highs, and both BS with each other and tell jokes, laugh, do what we do, you know, and have some fun doing different stuff. Me and my one buddy, he does some video and stuff too. We both had drones. We were going to fly our drones together one day in the beginning, and then we talked about after that, you know, what we'd do the next day or whatever. We got a room for the night. Ooh, I forget that spot of the road that leans over. I'm sure that looked good on my face. Getting sidetracked again. So I told my mom, man, my goal is I sure would like to have 100 subscribers before I see my buddies, you know. And my mom told me, don't set your goals too big, you know. Maybe you should set a smaller goal and don't set them too big and disappoint yourself. Well, so I realize it might not be achievable, you know. And I know that's asking a lot within a couple weeks, you know, but I think I got some ideas and I want to try. You know, well, when I put my mind to something, I can be pretty determined. And my mom always taught me mind over matter. You know, if you put your mind towards something, you can make it happen. You can, with the willpower, was strong, you know. Or any type of habit, if you got willpower, it doesn't matter. It's not a habit anymore because you got your willpower is stronger. You know, and I still stick with that in everything in life. And another one I'll tell you about the imagination. I'll do it to you, and that's why I'm going like this. Hopefully, I'll remember. It's about the world. The palm of your hand, or you know. So, kind of spoiled some of it. So I just started banging away at it. Boy, I was putting in 8, 10, 12, 14-hour days on the internet while I'm trying to make videos. While I'm trying to make and edit videos. Do different types of videos, whether I'm filming or grabbing clips off online and learning how to do different stuff, because I'd see other people doing news reports and grabbing clips from news stories and stuff. I'm not trying to do it all and do my own filming and stuff. Maybe I'll make a video of something that's mine, then I'll make another news video and talk about these, do these kind of clips. I was just trying to do multiple things at once. And in the process of that, I started networking, trying to go to the channels. And because I created myself as a new creator, that name, because as I was learning and researching, other videos talked about new creators, people that are creating content, they are new creators. Well, that's kind of cool, new creator. Maybe that's what I'll use for a name, because I'm new at it. I am a new creator. Maybe that's what I should call my channel, because I didn't know what to call my channel. So that's what I did, new creator. Then I got thinking about it. Well, God, created the earth in 7 days and stuff. He was a new creator back then. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. It kind of goes together with my way of life, walking with the Lord and creation and creating new things. So then I thought, creating new things. Every time I make another video, I'm creating a new video, which is new. So I'm a new creator, So boy, I really got hung up on my new creator thing, And so then my first networking, I thought, well, I wonder if there's other people that have a channel called New Creator. So I searched new creator channels, and sure enough, there's other channels that got New Creator. So I started looking at their different videos, and writing to them. Said, hey, New Creator, great name. Being humorous, because they'd see that it came from New Creator. And a lot of them got a big kick out of it. They laughed, put LOL, and yeah, you got a great name too, And so then I'd write back and forth to them in the beginning, and so that's kind of the beginning of my marketing. So, of course, because I was writing back and forth to these other New Creator channels, a couple of those New Creator channels were subscribed to me, and I, of course, already subscribed to them because I found them. So there's a couple more subscribers. Well, then I got thinking, well, okay, just keep doing this. So I started each channel. I'd look up different stuff that interested me, and I'd comment on their video, and I'd let them know, I started a new channel, and I just was checking out your channel, and I wanted to let you know I liked your video, and tell them a part I liked or whatever, about it. Tell them something I liked about their video, and leave it at that. But that way I let them know that I'm new to this bit and trying to grow. But I didn't say that, but I said I started a new channel and been, searching up things I like, and in my searches I found your video. I really liked your video. I liked what you did here or there, So thanks for making that video, and I'll talk to you later, fellow YouTuber, or something like that, or whatever I decided to say at the time. Well, from that I'd get different responses. Some people wouldn't, some people it could be months and months or a year later. I've had sometimes comments I made a year or so before. All of a sudden I get a subscriber from a comment that I made a year prior, But remember, I've got buddies I'm meeting in a couple weeks. Well, I did it. I know I'm getting long-winded hearing these stories, but I did it. I got to over 100 subscribers. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if I have it written in on the notepads. I have. I lost a lot of stuff when my mom died and my brother taking stuff and all the ugly family stuff that went on. So I don't know. I don't know what the exact number is, but I made it past 100. I think I made it. I can't remember if I made it. I might have even got up to close 300 or something. I'm not sure, but I lit it up. So within a couple of weeks, I went from like 100 less than 12 or 15 or 33 or whatever the heck I had at the time. And I said it to my mom. I wasn't nowhere near 100. Most I would have had is 30 something. But I think I got up to over 300 subscribers. It might have been close to 300. It's either close to 300 or I think it was close to 300. I think it was like 276 or something like that. If I remember correctly. Like going through the Rolodex in my brain right now. So I was feeling good. So, because I knew when I went to meet my buddies, if we got talking about the YouTube stuff, if I started talking about it, I knew at least if they asked me how many subscribers I had now, I felt proud or confident enough, which I should have been fine with 30 subscribers too, but I wanted to make more of an impact, I wanted to boom it out there. I wanted to hit it out of the park, man. Just like when I play softball, and people would call me Magnum because I blast that sucker out there, and I'd do the old Babe Ruth thing. I'd point to where I was going to send it and just tank that thing. And when it would go sailing, man, I'd just take off ripping around those bases. But, boy, that was a fun memory. See, there you go. Whole different world. And that was a better life. It's all been a better life. I bet you didn't see that one coming. Aha. Get good at this. So yeah, I built that up quick. That channel right now, New Creator, my mom passed. When my mom passed, I was at, I don't know if I was at 500 and something subscribers or something, but because I was so heartbroken and had all this ugliness coming at me, I knew I had to do a lot of changing in life. I knew I had to lose weight. I had some bad, if I had trouble with teeth all my life, and I had bad teeth that I needed to get fixed on the bottom. And I knew there was a battle ahead of me with all the ugliness that was coming. Unfortunately, I knew that the vulture would come out of my siblings. I was praying not. I was hoping for the best. My brother I knew for sure. I was pretty sure that would be my brother. My sisters I didn't expect it. So that one really caught me off guard. So it was a lot of heartache and hurt with it, all of it, when it happened. And I think I'm still kind of dealing with it, but Mom's death I'm healed over. I'm healed over that part. But I don't know if I'm 100% healed over the ugliness of my siblings. You know, maybe I am. I don't know. I mean, I don't think about it much, but I tend to talk about it from time to time, so it must be in there somewhere still, eating at me a little. Where was it going here with this better life? Aha, maybe you're with me on that. So that's where I started going with this. So my mom, boy, do I get sidetracked with stories. So my mom, seeing me achieve this, and that I banged it out and achieved so many subscribers so fast before I went to go see my friends. I remember her just smiling at me, and I could see the glow in her eyes because she's watching her. To her, it's her baby boy. And I've always been talented with lots of things, not to sound like a fathead or that, but God's given me lots of wonderful gifts. Very, very smart. I got good people skills from my mom. A lot of it comes from it all comes from God. It all comes from God, but I can see each of these different skills. My mom having the people skills, my two different dads, my stepdad and my biological father, both having really good different mechanical skills and stuff, math. My stepmom had good people skills. You know, so I can see where a lot of these qualities were also within my upbringing. But a lot of it's in my DNA and what God created me to be. And I hope that doesn't come across conceited or fat-headed at all. You know, because I am a good man. I don't know to use the right word all the time. I'm humble or meek or whatever words are. But I will joke about it. I will joke like, can't you see the halo over my head? You know, but I'm joking. You know? Even though there's a little bit of seriousness with that too, because I like who I am. You know, getting off subject. So my mom's looking at me. So I got to get back to my current better life I'm living right now, even though I'm going through a struggle. So my mom's looking at me, and I can see the happiness in her eyes. It was a cool moment, you know, and this is all after I've lost my job, you know, and I was so depressed, and now I'm really getting into building this YouTube thing, and it's growing quick. I'm getting very successful, even though I ain't bringing no money in it yet. I'm growing faster than a lot of the majority of channels. And I even had a lot of YouTubers that study YouTube growth, and that start writing to me right away because they were just amazed at how fast I was growing. And it wasn't like the techie people, they can, like the people that worked at YouTube or whatever, they can see my subscriptions and they can see how fast they're going up, but they can't, unless they're really following all the different data and every move I've made, you know, they can't track everything that I've done to figure out how I'm getting so many subscribers so fast. That's because I was doing multiple avenues of ideas I had for marketing. Get off subject here. Mom's looking at me, and she smiles and she says, "This is it." And she just was showing teeth. And she says, "This is it. This is it." And I was lost for a moment. like, what's it? What is it? What is it? And she's smiling at me and she said, this is your thing. She said, this is going to be it. This is it. She says, you're going to do really well at this in the future. It's going to be your thing. She might be right. That's yet to be seen. I'll tell you what, since I started this channel, I've been more dedicated to it than I even was with my other channel. My other channel, I slacked more, and I would try to edit and create, or I'd be thinking for days, what can I film next, or what can I come up with, you know, and I'm like trying to come up with different ideas because I'm in the learning process, you know, I'm new learning it all. And part of this is a gift to me. Doing this channel is a gift. I'm having fun doing it. I'm getting used to the camera now. I was terrified of the camera before. My other channel, I ain't on camera really. A couple things I'm on, but it was hard for me to do. I'm much more comfortable with it now. That's why I gotta get in front of it and talk, even if it's boring. You know, that's important because that is helping me grow and help me become more comfortable with the camera. You know, making myself do it. But that's how all that stuff. Mom said, "This is it. This is your thing." Kind of how this all, and then the van life, the stuff I was researching, the stuff I started buying, preparing for van life, RV life. I didn't think I'd be in a Class C camper. That changed a little bit, and it was meant to be. I was really looking at van campers more because they're more stealthy. They're stealthier for stealth camping. You know, you park on the side of a downtown street somewhere or something, or a city street, and it looks like a parked vehicle. In a camper, it's a camper. People look at it more like a house or a camper. So you're more apt to get the, sorry, you can't stay here for the night, you know. Whereas otherwise, the van looks more like a parked car, kind of, you know, you can make it more stealthy. But I was preparing for that anyway. So here I am today. My mom made me put my name on this camper when she bought it. I think she started seeing things ahead of time, and she might have started seeing her health before. She might have even seen that she was. I don't think she knew she was going to get COVID and then pneumonia and fluid in her lungs kill her or whatever. But I think she always was optimistic and looked for the best and stuff. But it's almost like she could feel it coming when I look at the signs and stuff. Because she didn't have a will. That's kind of how I got screwed in the situation. I'm restarting my life in the camp. Not to get into all that stuff because I'm trying to get to a better life here. Aha! That one really slipped out. I didn't even know that one was coming. So, I don't think you knew that one was coming either because I didn't know it was coming. But it's a better life. So, she made me put my name on this. She would not go transfer the title unless I went with her. She wanted my name on it first. So just in case something did happen to her and things got ugly, mainly my brother, she might have worried about my sister's little, but maybe I see it differently. I don't know. But she was worried. She wanted to make sure I had a roof over my head in case something didn't work out right. She started checking into wills and all that stuff, thinking she thought she was going to live at least 3 more years or maybe 7, you know, or something. She thought she had a lot more time. And that's just how it goes in life, you know. A lot of us think we got more time, and then you don't, you know. So because of that, this was going to be my mom's camper. I had a trans van, 1979, that needed a lot of money and work to go into it. The body's in good shape, engine ran. I started redoing the carburetor, I rebuilt the carburetor. Had 16.5-inch rims that needed to be switched to 16. It was going to cost me $4,200 to have the wheels and tires changed over to 16 inch instead of 16.5-inch. So that meant just big expenses into everything. So my mom made me put my name on this. She bought this, and it's good, solid running, a good stock to start from. A little more reliable than my 1979. This here is a 1996. So, and Mom had talked to me about selling a house, and me and her both traveling on the road doing that. She kind of liked the idea, but she didn't make it that far. Otherwise, it would have been fun. Me and mine and her and hers. Or I traveled with her too, when it bothered me. It would have been fun. So back to me currently living a better life in the struggles I'm going through. So Mom's saying that this is it, this is your thing. I've got my laptop, my camera, my editing software. I'm set up. I'm making videos now. I've got the tools to do this. And of course, you can always get other little doodads and extra tools to go with it. But I had the hunk of it, you know. And so now let's jump forward to today and these last 8 months of struggle. My mom's been passed away 4 years now. The estate, even though I was with my parents for the last 15 years of their life or whatever, taking care of them, helping them when they wanted to go camping, being there, remodeling their campers, mowing their lawns, shoveling snow. And I'm not saying oh, yay, Darren. That ain't the point I'm trying to make. The point is that my siblings weren't there, and my brother definitely was. He disowned family years ago. I mean, he'd come around when he wanted a few bucks or something, you know. But when I look sad, when I almost cry now, when I think back on it, I don't know if he ever came around just to say, hey, you know, how you doing? You know, he's mad at the family and frustrated. He's different. And he is a narcissist. It's tough. But anyway, don't want to get sidetracked on that negative road. So for some weird reason, Ma didn't have a will. The court awarded my brother PR. I don't know if it's because he's 5 years older than me or what. Even though I lived at the same address as my mom when she died and everything. So I don't know, but it all got taken from me. I got kicked out. My brother got it all kicked me out, became PR, and house sold for over $200,000 profit. My mom had cars, cargo trailers full of stuff, house full of stuff, all the stuff. I got some of the stuff out of the house. He got all the cargo trailers, took my cargo trailer from West St. Paul that had my whole house in it. Got away with it all somehow. So altogether, if you total all the value up of everything that he took and the sale of the house, I'm going to guess it's about $250,000, maybe more, I don't know. So we each should have got at least $100,000, but I'm thinking it's probably more like $125,000. So I ain't seen a penny. Now, I don't want to venture get negative, but that's what gets me to where I am today. And even though I'm going through these struggles, and I'm out of work now because I worked for Foundry for the last 2.5 years, trying to stay on my feet and live in this camper, you know, which has been a learning process. Even though I was quite prepared for it, there's still a lot of things to learn when you shift over into living in a vehicle. You know, and I've got the luxury of living in a camper that's already kind of like a miniature house. There's people that live in